Hey guys, my name is Walker Wilson and I'm so stoked to bring you along this amazing trip down to Austin, Texas with some of the most well-known fishermen on YouTube. First off, I just want to give a shout out to Tyler Anderson or TylersReelFishing. He did an outstanding job putting this whole trip together and made everything run very smooth, so major props to him. He did an outstanding job with that. I also want to give a shout out to Connect Scale for sponsoring this event. They sent us some scales to use during our tournament so we could communicate back and forth between all the fishermen on our phones, and for giving money to donate to the winner of this tournament. In this film, I'm going to be doing a recap style video, bringing you along with me and breaking down exactly what happened throughout our 2 days fishing down in the downtown Austin area of Lady Bird Lake. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as we enjoyed this trip. Okay, I'm interrupting your eating. Tell me your name.
John B. from Fishing the West. Eating a, it's called a kebab, but it's in a bun. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. It's off of a kebab, and then now it's in the bun. But this is good. And I'm gonna scarf this down, rig up with my 2 rods. Hopefully for some big bass tomorrow.
You hope they're on beds or cruising so you can.
I hope they're cruising. I don't even really want to bed fish. I hope they're cruising. I hope they're eating big baits. I hope they're just like some big old cows just moving up shell, man. I wanna intercept a big one on a eye slide. That's what I got, eye slide.
There you go. Okay, Mike, your turn.
Ooh. I'm Michael from 1Rod1Reel Fishing, but currently I'm 6 reels with 0 rods fishing. They haven't got hooked up yet. I'm eating right now too, and after this I'll be rigging up. I'm planning on fishing 2-inch, 3-inch Senkos the entire time. Gonna fish them with 1 ounce weights. I'm gonna punch that grass with that very finesse presentation, something the bass have never seen before.
Yeah, okay. What's your game plan, Tyler?
I'm gonna let John do all the work. I'm just gonna sit down there and eat.
That sounds fun, actually.
No.
I'll let you reel in that fish.
Okay, yeah. He'll set
I'm
the
hoping
hook.
I can do the same thing. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
To start off day 1, it was going to be run in a 2v2v2 tournament. Me and LakeForkGuy, John and Tyler, and Andrew Flair and Mike from 1Rod1Reel Fishing. We got to the boat ramp around 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure we could get to our spot before the sun came up and get ready to start catching some fish. It was pretty crazy getting to our spot. I'm not used to being in the middle of the city to go to our lake. Usually it's the other way around, you drive out of the city, but not in this case. We drove to the middle of downtown Austin to get to the boat ramp accessible on Lady Bird Lake. After getting to the general area we were gonna be fishing for day 1, we had a meetup and decided the rules on which the tournament was gonna be run. The biggest 5 fish, no keeping a fish if you caught it off a bed, and no keeping a fish between 14 and 21 inches via the lake slot limit. The fish were to be weighed using our Connect scales and programmed into our phones to show at the weigh-in later that day. After going over the guidelines and how the tournament was going to be run, it wasn't long before Justin hooked up to his first fish. This fish was caught on a crawfish lipless crankbait.
All right, Walker, let's get this bad boy on the scales.
This fish weighed 2.49 pounds and led to us developing a pattern later that day. Fishing the same area, I was throwing a crawfish square bill. It wasn't long before I hooked up.
Atta boy, sling him on in here. Get him in. Yeah, it's a fatty.
Boat flipping this fish with a crankbait rod wasn't the smartest idea, as you can see. I got lucky and got the fish in the boat anyways.
Got a baby. Crawdad square bill. There we go. Me and Walker just switched to a little red. Did a little something different. Even though we're in clear water, that's a nice healthy fish, dude. All right, let's get him on the scales. Texas boys getting it done.
The northerners, they're not used to this weather.
All right.
Guys, gonna set it up on the next scale. This thing's cool. 2.49.
There we go. See, his is a little bit shorter than mine, but it's fatter, so that's a great fish, man.
There we go.
All right, we got two 2.5 pounders. We need a mondo.
There we go.
Logged. Nice job, brother. Pretty bass.
That's a sweet fish. Got those black spots on it.
Yeah, it's always good. That's a good sign of a healthy fishery right there.
It is. All right, man, get her release.
Yeah.
That's cool. There we go. On the A board. little bit longer of fishing, and Justin hooked another fish that would help out our limit.
Not as big as I thought, but
Turkey. Oh, perfect.
there's another fat one.
Another fatty.
Fatty.
Okay, guys, we're gonna get her on the Connect scale.
257.
257.
Yep.
Perfect.
257. Not a giant. It's not the big ones we're going for, but it's a start. All right, let her go.
This was a fat fish and fell for the same presentation that his last fish did. The fourth fish to our limit was the biggest so far. Good fish.
Not a bad one right here, not a bad one. Pretty good one, pretty good one. Not hooked very well. We need this one though. This one's gonna bump us up. Yeah, baby.
Good fish.
Nice. Woo!
There we go. Give me some on that one.
Boom!
That's a good fish.
Bumps too. Got on that lipless again.
That's where it's at. I think we found the pattern for sure.
Yeah, we're on a pre-spawn area. These fish haven't moved in the spawning creek yet, but nice and healthy, getting ready to go spawn. Yeah,
Perfect.
good one right there. $3.96.
96. Awesome. Yeah, on the app. I'll focus it on. Wind's blowing like crazy, throwing a crawfish looking trap.
Yep, got a lot of wind, but wind can be your friend. So, pretty much let it go. Ready?
Yeah.
Fight. Catch you later.
It was a fish that we definitely needed to bump up our weight and stay in the lead. To fill our limit, another bass fell for the lipless crank.
Right there on the end of the point, just like I was predicting. We couldn't see that spot this morning. There's a long point that comes out here from the drain. We couldn't see it this morning, but now the sun's come out and we got our polarized sunglasses on.
We fished a point that came about 30 yards out into the main lake with steep drop-offs on both sides.
All right, so this is our fifth fish. This is gonna fulfill our limit. It's about like the first couple. Fish nonetheless. 295. 295. 295. That's what we got. 295.
Good fish. It's our fifth one.
All right,
Fill the limit.
there's our limit, bud.
There we go.
Now it's time to go after big old donkey.
Perfect.
Nice release here. Oh, I love when they do that.
Me too. It's so cool.
All right, again on the lipless crankbait, you know, we had quite a few bites on these so far. It's pretty much filled the boat. Probably stick with it a little bit, slow down if the wind calms down with some soft plastics and see if we can get a big one.
We decided to continue fishing the same pattern to see if we could catch a kicker fish for our limit. I think it's safe to say that that was a smart move. After coming back through one of the areas we caught a fish earlier in the day, Justin hooked up to a game-changing fish.
This is our kicker.
That's what I'm talking about, Justin.
Get you some of that, baby.
That is a giant.
Yeah, baby. Look at that toad. That's how we do it in Texas, son. Look at that.
Look at that.
You think you ate that trap or what?
I think it's safe
Sure,
to say
buddy.
they want some crawfish.
Folks at home, look at that. All right, buddy. Let's get her unhooked and get her on the scales.
This fish absolutely devoured this lipless crankbait. After seeing that, we knew we were on the right pattern.
I mean, absolutely clobbered that thing. Now we got it. Okay. Set the scale. So that's at least a 6-pounder. It's gonna be 740, 745. 745, folks. That's a good one.
745.
All right, let's put this one in a live well. There we go. I think that was safe to say it's over 21 inches.
Yeah. Good fish, Justin.
Heck yeah, brother.
Giant on the trap. Our final day one total with a 5-fish limit was 19.45 pounds. We took the W on the tourney, we had a great day, and I really enjoyed watching Justin fish. The guy's a stud who has an exceptional fishing history behind him. Fishing at the college level for Texas A&M University and winning the National Collegiate Fishing Championship in 2007. He also guided on Lake Fork for a couple years, hence the name LakeForkGuy. I learned a lot of things that I've never done before. Pre-spawn is something that I'm not very comfortable fishing with. I don't get to do a lot of it just because of my schedule around this time of year. So I really enjoyed sitting in the back of the boat and watching him do his thing and watching him just slam some giant fish. It was really fun. I had a great time filming his fish catches. I really had a blast sitting in the back of the boat watching him do his thing. In between the keepers he caught, I ended up catching 2 fish off camera. I hooked another one that was a really good fish that I lost, and I had another fish on the same square bill that I caught the other fish on earlier in the video. I caught that one and he measured like 12 inches long, so we didn't even want to bother weighing it. The setup I was using was a Shimano Curado 200 E5 spool with 12-pound fluorocarbon. The rod I was using was a 7-foot G Loomis medium action crankbait rod. The bait I was using was a Strike King KVD 1.5 in chili crawl color. Well guys, me and Justin had a great day, day one fishing this lake. We had a good time, we caught a lot of good fish. We're feeling pretty good about the weigh-in, so we'll keep y'all updated. We had a good day, caught them on the traps and crankbaits in the crawfish color as y'all saw. We got on a pretty good pattern, we caught some good fish. We're thinking we have about 17 to 19 pounds-ish, somewhere in there, somewhere in that range. We caught them pretty good.
East Texas style on them.
East Texas style, some deep grass, and some shallow water pre-spawn fish. We had a good time, and I'll keep you updated with the weigh-in. Tyler, explain how y'all's turnout went for day one.
So our day one was pretty good. I mean, considering how tough the day was. We had a limit of 5 fish. And what we were doing is we saw these fish cruising, almost ready to spawn, but they weren't quite there yet. And so we'd throw our super finesse drop shots and Ned rigs up, you know, in the area where the fish are about to spawn. And so we kind of intercepted those fish from the pre-spawn to spawn phase. And it was tough, but we got 5 fish and a few nice ones. Just couldn't beat Justin. He caught a stud today.
Hey, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Y'all had a good day though, so it's not like like y'all got skunked or anything. So y'all still had some action.
We didn't get skunked like Andrew, but
Andrew's terrible at fishing.
horrible fisherman.
Out here at the scenic overlook, looking out at Lake Travis. So cool. It is insane here. You should should be appreciating this footage right here. We're freezing our butts off right now.
I could go jig in those marina slips and catch crappie after crappie right now.
Well, we're going to eat some barbecue so the crappie can hold on. That could be next trip. We went to County Line Barbecue to show these guys what a real rack of ribs looks like. Going to use some barbecue. Giving the northerners their taste of some southern barbecue. They've never had it before.
Yeah. I don't love the way to bark. Let's go check out the lake real quick.
Did you get that stuff in Nebraska?
Texas.
Moving on to day 2, it was a little bit slower than day 1. We were going to be fun fishing and seeing if we could catch a few more before we had to pack up and head back home. We wanted to switch the people around and get a feel of fishing with guys from all over the country. It was a really cool idea, and I'm glad we decided to do that. I started off the morning trip with John B. from Fishing in the Midwest. It was really cool being able to see what an angler from a different state goes about certain techniques. It's definitely a lot different than the stuff we typically throw down south here. But learning his finesse techniques and watching him, how he works his rigs and stuff like that was really cool, and I definitely learned a lot from that. Within the first 30 minutes of being on the water, I hook up to a fish on a shaky head.
Dude. Oh, it's a good one.
Right below you is a net. Right below you is a net. Right in there. In that.
How big is it? Is it that fish? Oh, it's tight. I thought it was giant when you said up there. I thought it was a toad when you said up there.
I know, he looked good.
All right.
He was under something. He got hung under something and he jumped on the other side of it.
It looks weird. It's not like I'm gonna ice free.
Should we hoot and holler?
That shaky head was rigged up with a zoom trick worm in watermelon red color. It was a small fish, measuring about 10 to 12 inches, but nothing worth weighing. After a couple hours of fishing, we decided to go back into a creek that they had been successful from the day before. We came across a tree down in this creek that was absolutely stocked full of 6 to 10 pound fish. It was insane to see this in person and not be able to catch them. We threw baits at them for 10 to 15 minutes and none of them even kind of committed to any of our lures, so we decided to pack up and move on. If you want to see the entire video of this underwater footage, click down in the description. I'll have a link down there where you can watch the whole entire video. A couple more hours of grinding it out, we came up to a bridge piling with hydrilla growing all around the column. John threw his Nico rig and let it fall in the grass, and immediately hooked up to another dink, but nonetheless, it was action to keep grinding out the day.
Squeaker. Woo. That's a Texas bass right there, baby.
I'll just swing them in. I can just swing him. Bat. Decent little bat.
Small one.
Good for you.
Good jig fish.
Yeah. Not bad.
Grant hopped on our boat for this part of the trip.
Don't throw them away yet.
Solid 1.5 pounder. Little fat guy. He must have some shad in him. Nice
you
little
go.
fish.
Nice fish. Say your name and your biggest fish.
I'm Grant and my biggest bass is 13.5 pounds.
Grant caught the lake record down here.
Yeah.
Check out that Roman maid. That is insane.
Yeah.
The mother.
Yep.
This kid's a stud, so watch out for him in the future. I got to talk to Grant Langmore, which is a really cool experience. He's only 13 years old and currently holds the lake record of Ladybird Lake at 13.5 pounds. After meeting this swim bait legend, I got to discuss the trip with John and Mike. John, how did you feel about your Texas bass?
Dude, Texas bass are fun to catch. They look a lot different. They fight a lot different. They eat a lot different. It's a cool fishery here. I figured out these fish on the first day. Didn't necessarily figure them out. We were just kind of doing a general tactic. And the second day we kind of figured them out at the tail end. We caught some flipping fish. And I did. The issue is these fish are just so aggressive. They're hitting the baits like that. They're crushing it and they're dropping it, or they'll crush it and you just can't catch up to them. We were fishing 8.1 gear ratio reels, 7.4 to 1 gear ratio reels, and they crush it and you reel down and there'd just be nothing there because they hit it and they run so fast towards you. But it was fun. You know, I didn't get that PB I was looking for, but I still nonetheless had a lot of fun. I had fun fishing with you, man. Fishing with you in the morning.
It was fun.
It was great. You have to fish up north, or I have to come back down here.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Might get some property down here. This is too nice. But yeah.
All right,
love
thanks for coming down to Texas with
yeah,
us.
Thanks for the
invite.
invite.
It was a blast.
It was so much fun.
So we'll catch y'all next time.
Yeah.
So I'm here with 1Rod. How did you feel about your first A-rig fish down here in
First
Texas?
A-rig fish, it was awesome to be able to catch. To feel that hit completely destroyed it. I mean, seeing all those bass was incredible. I've never seen those I saw a 10-pound bass today, a 10-pound bass.
It was insane.
That is just ridiculous. I'm gonna need to up my game for these clear waters and come back and try to redeem myself.
There we go. Well, it was fun having you down here in Texas. Maybe next time we can make a trip up north to your territory and film another video. But it was fun. I hope you enjoyed some Texas bass.
Definitely, man. Enjoyed ripping that one lip with you. See you next time.
Overall, this trip was an experience that I'll never forget. I got to fish with anglers all over the US and well-known YouTubers. We all had a blast and are already discussing what we're gonna do for our next trip. Make sure to check out my partner's video, LakeForkGuy. His channel, he uploaded our video already and it is phenomenal. So go check that out if you want to watch his version of the footage from our tournament on day one. Also be on the lookout for Tyler's video. He's getting a compilation of everybody's footage and putting it together into a TV style episode. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for checking this video out. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned to my channel and we'll catch y'all next time.